I'm a very, very big fan of the Spanish artists, Velázquez, also Caravaggio, Rembrandt, um, Eugene Delacroix is also one of my favorites, and many of them were using actually photographs, or were actually working with compositions to do their paintings, and I find them very close to me, even if that it was another time. I find that they're quite close. I mean, their work, what we're doing,
Mm.
is close a little bit to what I'm doing right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the best in different moments of our history, and some of the best representation of realistic art in their times. So Velázquez,
Exactly.
obviously, one that I admire, but Rembrandt. I mean, all the ones that you name are clear examples of the use of perspective, proportions, how like the light was used with Rembrandt, or
Exactly.
for example with Caravaggio. I mean,
Hmm.
just how he put you into those pieces, like you were in the middle of
Exactly.
the scene.
Yeah, and I like to define them like a cinema director, a movie director. They were looking for compositions. They were guiding their subjects, their models, to do exactly the theme that they wanted to represent in their artwork. They knew about proportions. They knew how to um, transfer these images into paper, into the canvas. They used a lot of tools. And yeah, I really, really like to still learn from them. I
Mhm.
really, really like it. Yeah, it's intentional. Yeah. Um, I'm doing what I'm doing because I love to do it and because I choose to do it. Yeah, I'm thinking about a piece that I did some years ago about a girl that was having a moment with an element of nature. I did a series of portrait drawings about people that were having like an interlude moment with an element of nature. For example, that girl was like enjoying the wind, and you can see in her face how her hair is blowing by the wind. Or, for example, I draw also a girl that I was looking up while snowflakes were like going down her face. And so I drew a lot of people that were like enjoying um, something related with nature, like a meditative moment. First of all, when I have such a problem, I try to disconnect. I try to take a little bit time for myself and maybe, yeah, disconnect for the day, do something else, go for a walk, etc., and try to think about how I can fix it. It never happened to me that I had to start over again a piece. I always could fix any problem that I found, or any problem that came to me. Yeah, but I would say that when you are in front of a problem, first you need a bit of distance to think about it, to think how you can fix it, and after a while you will be able to to fix it. For hyperrealism, and in order to do high quality artworks, um, you really need to have high quality instruments and high quality materials. For example, with color pencils technique, it is very important to use pencils that are light fast, that will make your art piece um, last for hundreds of years without the color fading.
Mhm.
And that's something very important to always work with high quality materials. And I, for example, work with 100% cotton paper that I ordered from America, from a brand that I really love. And I very obsessed with quality, quality in my pencils and quality in my paper, because since you are spending so much time into an art piece, and you're dedicating yourself so much time into it, you also want your artwork like to last a lot of time. And if possible, hundreds and hundreds of years without the artwork deteriorating. So that's something very important for me, and that's something that I have always in mind to never compromise quality. I always say, try to find something that you love, try to find something that you enjoy. For example, I've always been very happy in nature, going for a walk, or just laying on the beach. Just try to think about something that you really love to do, and yeah, try to represent that into a piece of art. And maybe you can also get inspired by other artists, or also by finding images on other social networks that actually very, very good to do. For example, I'm not all the time having ideas. I'm also getting inspired by seeing what other artists are doing on social media, for example, or Pinterest, for example. Pinterest is a great tool. It's a great platform to see a lot of images and to also to get inspired, to be inspired by a lot of images. And yeah, try to find like a balance of what you like to do, what you like to represent, what do you love. Wow, that's a very, very good question. For example, I always say that um, if you take a phone, if you have a phone with you and you put it in a museum, maybe that piece, that telephone could be seen as a piece of art. But if you take your phone back home, it will be a phone. It won't be a piece of art. But if you do a piece of art, if you do an artwork, it will be an artwork forever, regardless, doesn't matter of if the artwork is hanging in a museum or is at your place at home, it will be always an artwork. So the public knows, the public know what is an artwork, what is art. It's something that you enjoy. Art is something that tells a message, that makes you feel something. And sometimes it's very difficult, yeah, to distinguish between modern art and a piece of art. But I think a piece of art, an artwork, talks for itself, and you don't really need a context. You don't really need for an artwork to explain what it is, because you already know that this is an artwork.